So I'm going to give you 5 strategies or 5 tips today. The first one is all about using your profile strategically. Okay, so what I mean by that is I'm going to show you the examples of all of my social media profiles. This one is for the Tasha Booth side, and you'll see that right here at actually the place that is for my name, I've actually put a horizontal line and then also what I do. And so I've made it very, very clear from the beginning if people are in the right place or the wrong place, right? If people are looking for a dog walker, I'm not their person. But if they're looking for a virtual assistant or an OBM coach and an agency coach, I'm their person, right? I've also linked to my other accounts. So if you have multiple accounts, you can also do that. And then down here, you'll see that I've listed exactly what I do, who I serve, how I can help people. And Smart Bio is basically, it's a way for people to go and take the next steps in terms of then going to my website or going and joining my Facebook group or going to my podcast. It just gives people options in that link. Here's another example of the Launch Guild one. So you'll see one of the differences in the Launch Guild one versus my own personal one is if you're building a personal brand, you're probably going to want to use something like your own picture because people want to connect with and share a common experience with actual people, right? So if you are using the same picture throughout social media or a similar picture throughout social media, that way, if you pop up on in a Facebook group and somebody's seen you on Instagram, they'll kind of put 2 and 2 together and start connecting the dots. With the Launch Guild side, what we've chosen to do kind of recently is to change this to the Launch Guild's logo because of the fact that we're coming as a united front. It's no longer just about me, it's also about me and my team as well. And so that's why it's became important for us. But you'll see that it connects the same kind of thing. We talk about what we do, who we serve, we connect to my other account, and then we ask them to take the next step by clicking on the bio in that let's chat. So that's kind of the call to action. You'll be hearing me say that word a lot. That's the call to action in that. Then if we come over to Facebook, Facebook doesn't do as great of a job on, this is my Facebook business page. So it doesn't do as great of a job of giving you kind of real estate in the very top or ideal place for people to learn about what you do. So what we do, and by we, I mean my team and I, what we end up doing is creating a graphic that puts right there who I work with and what I do on the graphic, so that when people show up on the page, once again, they know that they're in the right place, that they know that I'm the right person to help them. And then this is a super, super important place to also put your bio and info. Okay, so this is actually my personal Facebook profile, right? So when you go to Facebook, you want to make sure, if you're on Facebook, you want to make sure that you have a couple links to the next steps for people to hear about and learn about your business. One of the things that I absolutely hate is if there's somebody that I've met in a Facebook group or something like that, and I'm like, oh, that person seems really cool. Let me find out about more of what they do. And they have their Facebook completely locked down to the point of where I can't see anything about their job or their business or anything. You don't have to keep all of your Facebook open, but having those links to go to your website or to go to your Instagram are going to be really important. So make sure you at least have that open to be public instead of private so that people can actually see what it is you do. Moving on. So last point in this is that your profile is your calling card. So I really want you to think about really sharing who you are, what you do, and who you support from the very beginning in all of those places. And you want to be super clear but concise in it. You don't have a lot of real estate in order to put everything. So just be clear and make sure that people know the really important pieces of what you do, and so that they can know right away whether they want to take the next step in following you and that sort of thing.